How to find your dream job. When you know you are stuck in a job which you hate the most. Hi, let me take you forward from where we left the last time. In my last audio, I shared with you the power of creative visualization and how I changed my health conditions and lost 22 kilograms of body weight. How I brought my triglyceride levels from 675 to 150. All by tapping the power of the subconscious and employing the creative visualization technique. Today, I would share with you how you can find your dream job. But before I do that, let me ask you, why do most of us today in contemporary India feel stuck in the job we are and hate it so much that we can't stand that dreadful job even for a day? The experience I have working for various companies, having left jobs which did not give me a kick, I know how it feels when you are stuck in a job which you just can't stand even for a day. It is frustrating. It is maddening. A research says that more than about 50% of the people working in various organizations across the world are dissatisfied with what they are doing. They want to get out of that annoying job but are not able to. Even I was stuck in a similar maddening situation. If I ask you that, do you know why most of us are stuck and not doing what we want to? Would you be able to give reasons for that? Probably no. Let me tell you, even didn't know why I'm stuck and how should I get out of it. But then when I did some deep introspection and started reflecting a lot on what was going wrong, I found few reasons. They were my reasons. Maybe your reasons are different because the situations, your environment are different. Being a life skills trainer and a coach, one who interacts with hundreds of different people, living different lives and different environments, I have found these top 5 reasons. The first one is that we don't know where we are heading to. The dream destination, the path of achieving it, the definiteness of purpose, everything is missing. Clarity of what we want out of life itself is missing. You know why? Because we don't question the status quo way of living our life. We are stuck. We are frustrated and desperate to change, but not ready to dream, visualize the state we wish to see ourselves in. So we should first get hold of that final destination. It's so simple to understand. If we don't know where we wish to vacation this year, we would not look out for the ways to go. We would not plan for the moolah required. So the primary requisite is the final destination. I was stuck in a sales job, which I so strongly felt was not adding exponential increase in value to me as a human being. A job where I had to dig wells every month, fill it up, achieve the targets, and then move on to the next month digging new wells. As a human being, as a person, it was not adding the value which I always wanted. Good that I was able to pay my bills and meet my ends, but it was not giving me that kick, that motivation, with a clarity that this is the job I want to end my life with. I was dissatisfied. I never wanted to just spend my life away. I always wanted to create a meaningful life, a life that adds value to my life and to the people I come in relationship with. I decided my final destination, and strongly determined on the definiteness of purpose, I moved ahead. People followed, resources followed, situations were formed, and I found a clear map to reach my final destination. The second reason. The second reason is our willingness, that dare required to take that step ahead, to do what we so deeply desire. We find it difficult to even imagine the hardships which we would be required to face, let alone taking the decision of moving out of what we are doing, something which is paying us so good. We are fearful of the risk we would have to go through of attempting what we so badly desire, because that might require us to start from scratch. You know what? From a high paying banking job, I risked to start my venture. A venture which would do financial planning for celebrities. The result was that I failed miserably. But in the process, I found that deeply drowned innate ability of understanding people so well. That natural fitment I had as a trainer, as a coach, is what I discovered in that process of risking my life. I started from scratch and I faced huge financial turmoil. But I not only survived it, I came out of it with vibrant flying colors. Trust me. The third reason. The third reason is that we are not ready to let go of things that will give us more time. To do something new, to start something from a scratch, we require time, more time. But we have limited number of hours available to us. We somehow have convinced ourselves that we don't have time for doing anything else than what we are stuck into, the life we are living. We somehow reject the thought of trying out because we cannot do more with not much time available to us. We don't need to do more. Please try and understand. We don't need to do more. We just need to change the things that we are currently doing to take out time for what we want to do. If you want to, you should cut down on hours of unproductive activities you engage yourself to. That idiot box in your home, the television viewing hours, the time we so stupidly spend on social media, or maybe that time we just idle away playing video games. If we really want to come out of the life we are stuck in, the job which sucks so much, we need to spend some time to learn those required skills. Just about some 3-4 years back, when I was trying to do multiple things, trying my level best to test out my multitasking abilities, I too was finding it difficult. I was not able to manage things. And then one day, I read an article where the author mentioned something with Jack Ma, that founder of that company called Alibaba.com, did while he was trying to make his life meaningful. It was mentioned there that he used to spend 6 hours after office, as a high school teacher, to learn new skills. So after his work hours, he used to skill himself up. Without being a technical graduate with no formal education in software, he learned coding all by himself, learned and upgraded a lot of other skills, and finally formed a company which years later became one of the topmost companies in China, making him the richest man in China. Taking inspiration from how he changed his life to do what he was able to do, I too began spending 6 hours after office on building my skills, the skills of writing and training. The result was so phenomenal that I didn't have to wait for decades for changing my life. After I began doing what I learned from Jack Ma, within the next 3 years, I not only published my first book, it became a #1 bestseller on Amazon too. I was able to finish my second novel and get that published as well. I began challenging my reading skills by contesting in the Goodreads Reading Challenge. To start with, in 2016, I could read only 19 out of the 50 books I had to finish to win the challenge. I failed. In 2017, I was able to finish 34 out of the 50 books I had challenged myself to. I failed again. But this year, in 2018, by mid-June 2018, I have already finished 36 out of the 50 books I have to read. And I have 6 more months to read those 14 books. I'm sure this time I will be able to complete my 50 books. I'm able to spend quality time with my family. I'm able to keep myself fit by regular jogging and exercises. So if you really want, you can. You just have to take out those unproductive hours out of your life where you're wasting your time. So we come to the fourth reason, right? The fourth reason is that we fail to manage the money we have. What I feel is to begin doing anything we wish to, we need money to do that. If we can't raise money from the bank, or we don't want to risk taking a huge loan, we should learn to manage the money which we have. Planning the money which we have in a way that we are able to save good enough for a few years can help us. We can fund a big percentage that would be required for our own startup few years from now. By reducing the loans which we have, we would become comfortable to take a risk. We should reduce unnecessary expenses which we can do without. We should invest in instruments which can give us great returns in the timeline which we want a definite amount to fund a startup. Let's walk a little more. Let's use our car only when it is required. Let's go out and eat in a fine dining restaurant occasionally and not on every other weekend. Let's avoid that insane spending on electronic gadgets which we don't even need that badly. So, we can. The last one is that we should be ready to dream big, as biggest as possible, without employing logics to every thought which crosses our mind. We should be ready to bring acceptance to learn radically new things, techniques, or skills. Even if our logical mind says not to believe on, we should. It is because to reach where we want to, there is a lot which is dependent on our unwavering determination and belief on the thoughts which we are creating. I also did. There was a time when I would have put logic to everything I did, but then I had to unlearn not to do so. And at times believe on a new concept without logically reasoning it. One among them was creative visualization. So now coming back to how you can find your dream job. So I made you go through those 5 reasons which are stopping you, because of which you are stuck in that job which you hate the most. How then can we use this creative visualization piece and get a dream job, work on a dream job? Let me share with you today the exact visualization. But before you do this, ensure that you arrange the following. Look for a space where there is a pin drop silence. Lie down if possible on an inclined chair which is not very cozy. You should be half lying down and half sitting. Put your headphones on and listen to this visualization. And once you get well versed with it, practice on your own. But mind it, you have to visualize your own visualization, not mine. This the one which I'm going to do is mine. So I begin. I am so happy. I am thankful for what I have. I am grateful for the beautiful and wonderful life full of abundance I live. I am grateful to each and every energy particle in this universe. I am thankful to all who have come into my life so far and for all who are going to walk into my life. I am grateful to all I have worked with in my jobs at various companies for making me a professional I am today. Now I wish to see myself doing my dream job. The image which takes me to an ecstatic stage is that I see myself standing before an audience on a massive stage. I see myself walking behind the stage for a motivational speech which I am just about to give. I am dressed in a light blue suit with a black tie and a red chiffon pocket square, placed as a triangle on the left pocket of my suit. There is a collar mic attached to my shirt, a real small one, but powerful enough to echo out to an audience of 50,000 people who are waiting inside the auditorium. My hair is neatly cut and my face is glowing with all what I'm about to deliver. Right then, an announcement is made and I enter the stage. I am overawed by the enthralling audience shouting at the top of their voice and welcoming me with love, shouting my name. Ajit, 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 Ajit. I'm excited and overjoyed to deliver yet again my signature program on power of mind, creative visualization. This time it's in US. And as I begin and say good morning, there is pin drop silence in the hall. Each soul in that auditorium gets connected to me right from my first word. And as I deliver, I see people feeling that aura, that energy, that power, with each one of them, with which each one of them can change their lives at their will. I visualize the keynote speech nearing its end, as after about 2 hours, and I'm just about to close when the audience in loop starts shouting, "We want more. We are not done. We want more. We are not done. We want more. We are not done." But then I have to close as per schedule. As I walk out of the stage, there are hundreds of people waiting outside the auditorium to speak, to have a glimpse, and to understand this wonderful technique. I'm feeling happy beyond words. I'm thanking the Lord. Thank you, Lord, that you have made me capable enough that I'm able to create this buzz, this positive energy for the people around. Infinitely, I'm thankful to you, O my Lord. Visualization continues. The next day, I see my program being featured in almost every newspaper which gets published in the US. I'm joyful. I am happy. I am at peace. I am just loving it. Now you can open your eyes. How did you feel? I'm sure you must not have felt the kick which I just felt. The way I was deeply visualizing and creating images. The pictures with such detail, which, as I mentioned, because this is my visualization. But what I wanted to feel was how great you would feel if you apply the same on some of your own unfulfilled goals, dreams in life. Maybe the dream job you want to be in. Try it out. Keep visualizing, keep changing your life. Thank you. Till the next time, into the third audio. How to find your dream job. When you know you are stuck in a job which you hate the most. Hi, let me take you forward from where we left the last time. In my last audio, I shared with you the power of creative visualization and how I changed my health conditions and lost 22 kilograms of body weight. How I brought my triglyceride levels from 675 to 150. All by tapping the power of the subconscious and employing the creative visualization technique. Today, I would share with you how you can find your dream job. But before I do that, let me ask you, why do most of us today in contemporary India feel stuck in the job we are and hate it so much that we can't stand that dreadful job even for a day? The experience I have working for various companies, having left jobs which did not give me a kick, I know how it feels when you are stuck in a job which you just can't stand even for a day. It is frustrating. It is maddening. A research says